Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well. You guys are having a good weekend with all the festivities and everything going on. Spending time with family and friends. It's always important to slow down when you can, you know what I'm saying? So, this is what we're here for today, okay? Let's see what the universe wants us to focus on, okay? All right, let's see the first card. Grounding my energy. And I think this is really important for us to do with everything that's going on because it's a lot of energies. It's a lot of energies, okay? It's a lot of energy swarming around. It's a lot of conspiracies floating around. It's a lot of fears that are trying to circulate in terms of like what's going on the planet, whether it be natural disasters, whether it be politics. And not only that, people are going through personal stuff. So if you haven't recently, take the time, go outside, sit yourself in some grass. Really take time to really try to find ways to ground yourself because it's a lot. It's a lot. And when you ground yourself, make sure you are speaking with our planet. Okay? Make sure you're thanking her. Make sure you're saying, I appreciate this energy. I appreciate this energy that you're feeding me because we have to build that relationship. I think with everything that's going on, the little things, the little things, like just even communicating with the planet is gonna go a long way. I know, so I have these grounding shoes. I'm gonna put the link in there. I'm gonna put the link, okay? So, you should get you some, okay? If you don't like the ones that I picked, get you some because just me walking on the grass, I can literally feel how the energy in my body is just shifting, okay? So if you have not recently, go ground. It's so important. It's chaotic. It's chaotic everywhere for everybody. Honoring adversity. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. And this resonates with what I'm going through right now, okay? I'm in a transition period. I'm right in the middle between being free and like being held under a situation that I don't want to be in. And there's a lot of people that are like in this in between spot. But you have to recognize that when everything is burnt and like restarted, like everything is restart, like you are about to have a whole new life. You understand that? You are about to have a whole new life. Everything that has been holding you down for the most of your life, or the bulk of your life, once you go through this fire period, this period of burning, this period of purging, this phoenix energy, okay, this rising from the ashes energy, like ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you nothing. No one's gonna be able to tell you nothing. Like, you're going to know yourself, okay? You're going to know what you're not going to tolerate. You're going to know your boundaries. You're not going to bend your boundaries, okay? You're going to recognize the signs, okay? You're going to recognize the signs of narcissism, of the dark triads, of psychopaths, sociopaths, manipulation. Once you do that work, okay, no one's going to be able to mess with you. And this is one of the things that I am highlighting in my holistic practice is the balancing of mind, body, and soul. So when you are healing, it is one thing to, yes, express your emotions, get them out, all of that. But you also have to train your mind. You have to also understand that the habits that you have placed and continue to act on, you have to reprogram that part of you. So part of that is learning things. And as someone personally who has been through abuse, relationship abuse, okay, one of the best things you could do is learn something. If you are dealing with and healing from abuse, learn something, study something. Because guess what? That's going to heal. It's going to heal your hippocampus. It's going to heal your hippocampus. The hippocampus is the part of your brain that it activates fight or flight. And when you have been in a traumatic situation, that part of you is overstimulated, and it's like very easy to get into that stage. But when you learn something, whether it be a language, whether it be a new instrument, whether it be knowledge, okay, this helps you so much. And I honestly think that one of the reasons why I have overcome my trauma from being in a toxic situation is because I sat down and learned. Like I studied, and through that study of understanding, what these people have done to you or what you've been through, within that, you're healing yourself, just learning. So that is a part of the mind that you have to really balance. And then there's the body. Okay, physical activity. What are you eating? What are you sleeping? And this is why I love the whole modalities that I practice, because they combine all these things. It's not just one aspect. When you're doing Reiki or when I'm sending somebody energy, I'm helping their spiritual body. I'm helping their aura, their chakra, their higher self, helping them connect to their higher self. I'm doing all these things. But then when you get to the sound frequencies, right? And I'm actually applying them to the body, or I'm guiding you to apply them to the body, you're literally getting that physical component of healing, where there may be traumas, or there may be, you know, heavy energy stuck in your body. And when you do these sound frequencies and apply them to the body, it helps push them out. So it's really important to basically understand that, you know, these are the different elements to heal. Okay, these are the different elements that is most beneficial to you to heal mind, body, and soul. Okay, and once you get through that point, you will be able to honor the adversity that you have been going through. Once you come out of that healing stage, right, and you become better at coping with your emotions. And that's the thing about healing, it's never ending. Okay, it's never ending. But once you allow yourself to express these emotions, after time, you'll need less time to express them, or it may feel a little less painful than it did before. And of course, we have our triggers to work through, and things like that. And I actually had to overcome complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I had to, you know, coming from a situation where it's so toxic, one event reminds you of another event that reminds you of another event. Like, okay, so these modalities has helped me so significantly for my own healing journey, and this is why I am hoping to help others do the same. Okay, so let's see what else. Look at the one I just came up. Look what we were just talking about. Healing heartbreak, okay? My heart will love again. And once you go through and go through this fire, once you go through the adversities of life and you heal from them, you process them, you understand them, you recognize why you went through that, right? You will learn to love again. And I feel like that's what we're doing on a global scale. You know, obviously everybody's on a different stage, right, of this healing. But once you understand what our society is doing, once you grieve that, okay, once you really grieve what has happened and understand what has happened, right, and why our society and our world has gone through it, you have to understand the history. You have to understand the history of our planet before we were born. You have to understand the purpose of why your ancestors went through what they went through, whether you be of African descent, of American descent, of European descent. Every people has their struggle, right? Once you understand that, right, and understand why you and your ancestors and this globe went through all these things that we've gone through, you'll be able to understand that we're all one at the end of the day. And I know not everyone's there. I look, I get it, because I've been there. Especially when you're in that phase of rage, you're just like, burn it down. But you come to a point where, through healing, through understanding, through analyzing, that you will learn to love again. Because honestly, love is at the center of everything. Even our pains. And I know I don't want to be insensitive, to anybody. And I say this from my own life too. Okay. Once I healed from everything that I needed to heal from, or as much as possible, right? All I could do is return back to love. Because guess what? Our Creator is love. Our Creator is love. So once you tap back into that energy, that divine energy, you're home. once you recognize and shed the pains and the traumas and the entities that often are attached to these traumas and these hardships, you're going to go back home. You're going to go back home to source. And whether it's physically, spiritually, mentally, okay? You, whether it's mentally, spiritually, physically, you're going to heal from these things, right? You're going to honor what you've gone through. You're going to honor them. You're going to honor. You're going to be appreciative. Even appreciative. And I know it's hard to because I know, like, when I was going through it, I was like, I ain't never gonna love nobody again type shit. So at the end of the day, honor your duality. Honor your duality. Honor your emotions. Honor the anger. Honor the rage. Honor the experiences that you have gone through to shape you who you are, okay? But recognize that at the end of the day, you're always going to return to love. At the end of the day, you're always going to return to love. I don't think it's healthy for any of us to suppress how we feel due to, making anyone else feel comfortable, or what religion says, or, I feel like some people, they say, okay, I went through this, but I'm going to just give it to God, but they do that, and within that, they don't honor their emotions. They suppress them. So we have to find a way and a balance to recognize that God is with us even through our tough times. We have to understand that God is, or our creator, or, whatever word you resonate with, name you resonate with. God is all things, even our pains, right? And yes, there are things that are here that one can perceive that are not of God, and I understand that perspective. But I see it as every adversity we go through makes us stronger, like every single one. And so, in that, as we are overcoming these adversities, we are making the divine creator sharper. Okay, we are little fragments of the divine creator. We are pieces of that in which created us. And so, that being said, every time we overcome something in our lives, we are honoring our creator. So I cannot say that these heavy energies and these heavy experiences are not of benefit, because they benefit me to be better, and they benefit my creator, which that created me. Okay? So I'm really excited for things to come soon. Hopefully I'll get my booking link up so you guys can book with me. I'm going to do some virtual healing sessions, and if you're in the DMV area, I may do some home visits. I'm really excited about that. Sending long distance Reiki it has been an amazing experience, seeing how my clients receive it. And I always hope to share that with you guys, and find, different ways, no matter what your price point is, to help people, because I don't want to turn anybody away. Like, that's really how I feel about it. I don't want to turn anybody away. So yeah, I'm excited for that to happen, So stay tuned, stay tuned, okay? So let's see what affirmations we're going to have for today, okay? Whew. Okay, wait. Let's see. And this affirmation is, I am grateful for my life and all of the blessings I receive every day. Okay? In Espanol. So I really think that this is a beautiful way to sum up everything that we have spoken about today, because I think that some people, they may perceive their hardships as the opposite of blessings. A lot of people perceive their hardships as the opposite of blessings. I understand that perspective. I do. But every time, I will say it again, okay? Every time we overcome these obstacles that we face in life, within that we're being blessed. It's like going to take a test. It's going to take a test, right? You took the test. You study for the test, right? You study for the test. You took the test. And whatever outcome you got is what you got. Okay? So literally it's like, now this is going to get a little far out there, okay? Before we got here on this planet, before we were born, I feel like that was our study phase. We were studying, preparing on some level on the spiritual realm to be here. We are here. We're in the test. This is the fucking test, okay? And as we're in the test, we're seeing how everything is happening, right? And when our journey here is complete, then we'll be able to see the full picture. But it's like, you will understand, especially by me researching a lot of near-death experience stories, past life regression, people often understand at the end, you know, why they went through what they went through and how all of it was a blessing because of how much they learned. But when you're going through it, it's hard sometimes, right? Confirmation ding, okay? When you're going through it, it's hard sometimes, okay? But no matter what you're going through, don't give up, okay? We are here for a reason. You are here for a reason. And I know sometimes they feel like we're alone in our struggles, but you're really not alone, okay? You have your angels, guides, guardians with you at all times. And if you resonate, your star family, your ancestors, okay? And to me, everything is alive. To me, the air is alive. To me, fire is alive. To me, water, the little water droplets that are floating in our air. It's all alive to me. The fabric of space and time is alive to me. Okay, so when you learn that and you understand that and you accept it, you'll begin to appreciate everything and recognize we are never, 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 ever alone. Okay? Thanks for joining me. Once again, holistic practitioner, Reiki, sound therapy, quantum energy healing, and crystals. Okay? Stay tuned for more to come. And never forget, you are loved.